All over the world, numerous amounts of crimes happen in seconds. Some willingly partaking, and some unknowingly. But we will never stop spreading the word until the criminals are captured.
This video is going viral tonight. It shows an adult fighting with a teenage boy in the parking lot of the Hannah Savannah coffee shop in Valencia yesterday afternoon. We've blurred the faces of the young people in the video because they're juveniles, but police want to speak with the man seen here. While we don't know what led up to this fight, we spoke with some of the teens who say they witnessed what happened.
Then the man tackled the kid into a car, and they were like wrestling, and I got up to the corner and we were all screaming, "Get off of him."
The teens say the whole thing started outside this Circle K, where students from Rio Norte Middle School routinely gather each day on their way home from school. The teenagers say the man was upset that they were blocking the door to the convenience store.
It was just some random guy walks out the door, like telling us to back off and like starts pushing us, and we didn't take that too lightly. So, a few of our friends was like, they were like talking back to him, and he was saying that he's gonna like beat us all up.
The teens say the man followed one boy across the parking lot and attacked him.
Some people were like telling him to stop. A few people were like kicking him lightly, sort of, trying to get him to stop. Eventually he got off.
A spokesperson for the Santa Clarita Sheriff's Department says deputies were called to the scene to interview the teenager, who was not seriously injured. Investigators say the man had already left by the time they arrived, driving off in a silver Tacoma. They're trying to identify him tonight. Parents we spoke with say they hope he'll be found soon.
Very scary and very sad to see something like that happen. A grown man attacking, an 8th grade child over who knows what. I mean, how could you be that unstable to snap like that?
Investigators ask that anyone who has information about this incident contact the Santa Clarita Sheriff's Department. In Valencia, Angie Crouch, NBC4 News.
I hope they really catch up with his ass, because this is extremely ridiculous. Because you can look at his face and tell he's a nutcase. Come on now, after you watch the whole video, and he's standing there talking.
By the time they arrived, driving off in a silver Tacoma. They're trying to identify him tonight.
You can see in his face, he looks satisfied. He looks like he was happy about what he did. He looks like it was fun to him. That's exactly what it looked like in his face. It looked like he might be a case. I don't know what kind of case, but he has some type of issues, and you can tell. He looked like he may be ex-police, ex-military, maybe even currently. However, if that is the case, all that's going down the drain, because your face is blasted on the news. An 8th grade boy, did y'all see? And he act like he was in some type of wrestling match. That boy, they kept saying, "Get off," and when the boy finally got on top of him, did y'all see how he had him like in that headlock? He had him in like a head and a chest lock, where the boy couldn't even get up. Now that's sad, but he had fun. If you look at his face, you could tell he had fun. He felt like he just conquered something, like he just got out of a fucking wrestling match, which is sad. All because the kids didn't want to, they were guarding the door, and all you had to just say, "Excuse me," and keep going. But that boy said he threatened to beat them up. So the kids start talking stuff and say he actually followed one of the boys through the parking lot. So you followed the boy. So now not only do they have footage from the cell phones, but they have footage from the Circle K. You're done. You're done. It's a wrap. I hope you get the help that you need. But stay vigilant. Alert, aware, all that. Because but he knew where to do it at. He knew who to try that on. He knew. People know when they finna get away with certain stuff with certain people. And I'm not even saying this because of the color of people's skin. I'm just saying it was your location. Because did you see, people were scared. That's why the little boy said we were kicking him lightly They kicked him lightly because that video sure did show them kicking him lightly. If that had been a whole nother a rowdy group, man, he wouldn't have stood a chance. They would have, man, everybody would have tore him up. You go to the hood and try to do some shit like that. I don't care if they black, white, I don't care what race they is. You go try to do some shit like that in the fucking hood. But the thing is right here, it's the adults. It's the adults that's terrorizing the children. Kids will be kids. The other night I was walking my dog and I hear the car skirting. This man is skirting through the whole parking lot. Like skirt, skirt, slamming on his brakes. And I see these kids running. And so I'm like, oh no, he's chasing those kids. So I finally get up that way, and the little boy it's three of them. They're crying. One is like, "Man, please, can we come inside your house? Please, can we come inside your house?" And I'm like, oh my God, I live way in the back, you know? So I'm like, we already up here in the front. How far is y'all house from here? They said we live in the front, but we were in the middle. So I said, y'all house is closer than mine, so let me just help y'all. This man literally was trying to chase these kids down because his kids got into it with them and his kids lost. So now he wanted to come and beat these kids up himself and skirting through the whole complex like a idiot, slamming on brakes. Every time he see him, he'll hop out trying to chase him and couldn't get him. So I was like, come on. They screaming and crying, he's gonna shoot us, he got a paintball gun, he's gonna shoot us. So I'm like, okay, come on, y'all. So now I have inserted myself in something trying to protect these children, which really, the man, the way he was looking, he didn't care if I was there or not. If he had got close, or if we had got 100% in his view, he probably would have started aiming and shooting at all of us, you know. So that's why you just really have to be careful and vigilant. But I was not finna let them kids go out like that. Like, nah, I'm gonna see y'all getting into the house safe. So I made sure they got into the house safe. And as soon as I left their house and walked around back this way, he's standing there talking to security. Apparently security had just pulled up doing their community check, as they're always supposed to. And I walk up and he's just such a totally different person. The way he's talking to security is like, oh, group of kids, blah, da, 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 da. Yeah, something needs to be done. Oh, as if he was just so innocent and didn't do nothing. Didn't tell his part. Didn't tell how he was skirting around and trying to beat him up and shoot him with paintball guns, you know. So I was just like, this world is crazy, because I really seen that in that man's face. He was snapping. He was hoping that he got close to one of the kids. They were so scared, and the little boy was like, can you go get my flip-flops? I ran out of my flip-flops. My shoes is over there, you know. So we just got to be mindful, because nowadays, like I said, you just don't know. And it seemed like it's a lot of adults that are trying to hurt children. For what? Now, if that had been a group of adults blocking that door, loitering outside the store, he wouldn't have dared said shit to them. And if he had and it was a back and forth, I guarantee he would have left. He would not have gotten to no wrestling match, because he know them adults would have took that ass down. You look like you were in a very good part with very good kids and very good people. But nowadays, anything can happen anywhere. So stay vigilant, stay woke, and meet me in the comment section. I want to know what y'all think. Until next time on Crime Stories with Nina, #CSWN. As we continue to pray for the healing of this nation and let God rule and reign, we won't stop fighting, because most of all, we want justice.